I do have a special fondness for mega crossovers. I blame the Secret Wars episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series for that. Well, obviously Nickelodeon did their own cast crossover Christmas special like 5 years before this, but let's talk about this one in particular. This one was presumably made, but definitely released in 2020, aka the year we all got locked in our homes and filled who knows how many graveyards with the bones of people who died from a virus, many of whom refused to acknowledge its existence or said, yeah, it wasn't that bad. I don't get it. So a lot of his special was either filmed at home, in front of a green screen, or under strict conditions. So let's see how this special fared in semi-lockdown conditions. We open with Miranda May filming a holiday special at home. And she reminds us about how we needed to deal with all the at-home background noise, including neighbors who are deciding to cut grass at 10 a.m. Did I say a.m.? I'm sorry, p.m. Because, of course, when everyone is trying to either sleep or dealing with insomnia at that hour, the last thing we want to hear is the sound of people's lawnmowers. So after that, we cut to our first skit of a special, Skylar Reviews. It's a parody of bratty influencers who do absolutely nothing but be brats online. I'm surprised we got away with making Smash or Pass references because, well, look at this. Smash or Trash, Smash or Pass. Skylar is a caustic prick, so much so that she gets visited by the ghosts of Christmas Past, Christmas Present, and Christmas Future, and all three are completely ineffective. Should I make a Logan Paul or a Jake Paul reference? I feel like there's a lot of influencers from the 2010s who can fit the criteria of needing ghosts to go harass them into changing and becoming better people. And that ends that. I will give this segment points because I've never seen a Scrooge so apathetic to the ghost that she actually ends up winning against them, and doesn't get subjected to copious amounts of slapstick. Daffy Duck from that one Looney Tunes Christmas Carol parody actually comes to mind when it comes to slapstick. He didn't want to change, but he did get slapped around anyways. This is nominally a Disney Channel review, so I might as well do that. The next segment is less of a Christmas gag and more like a wand ID gag. It's basically an extended joke. So, the wands are actually magical dust in this whole skit. So, one of the stars ends up inhaling it, and all the other stars end up laughing at it behind his back. And apparently, the wand ID dust causes sparkly snot and sparkly farts. I guess this segment would be funny if it was part of a different special. Okay, I guess too much. It's not really that funny. It's just. Well, that happened. The next segment is a parody of DCOMs, specifically how they end up spiraling out. So, preschool musical. Let's just say I find this creepy, even though that's the point. I know the badly photoshopped heads on bodies is supposed to be unnerving, but it's more ugh and less LOL, look how uncanny this is. So okay, let's cut to Miranda May's segment. She's going mad because she has to deal with spam calls, having thrown away her phone and now thrown away the landline. Now, those of you who are young in the audience, we didn't have phones in our pockets all the time. We needed to connect them to a wall, and the phone was often red and sometimes white, and it would ring, and we would have to pick it up. Okay, so after that segment with the landline, the next segment is completely cringe-worthy, and it's by cringe-worthy by design, so I can see this being amusing. I can also see this realistically happening. A phoneaholic, social media addicted kid will do anything celebrities tell them to do, so a parent tries to be hip with the kids and ends up turning into a celebrity influencer. The phoneaholic, social media addicted kid finds out and freaks out, basically getting tricked to do what her mom says. Did I say this was realistic? I meant, yeah. Someone in the comment section point out in case something like this did actually happen. Okay, so the next segment is about Santa bumbling at his job. He falls off the roof, and then he tries to get back on the roof, even stealing a ladder to get back to his sleigh, and ends up getting tossed off the roof. So, the next segment. It's time for a non-Christmas short again. So if you forget to thaw out your chicken, get this fake app called Oops, I Forgot. The team behind the app will impersonate the government to distract your parents while you wait for the chicken to thaw. Then we get to another segment, which is fake interactivity. Ugh, the joke about how people in fake interactivity shows made for children, they're just old at this point. They've been made for years. We keep going, LOL, how stupid this whole character is, when in reality, we know this doesn't happen. We know it doesn't exist. We just know it's meant for a fake interactivity. It's not amusing anyone. Then we get to a gross out section where it's turning things into milk, including the trash. Ew. Not much of a fan of gross out humor, as you can see. And then we end with a Zoom call. Yeah, Santa's also still there. He actually ends up getting muted and wants to go home desperately. So apparently the whole Santa falling off the roof bit wasn't part of the gag in universe. Or was it? You make the call. This special I really just find okay, sort of on the lower end of okay. I do like some of the segments. I already went through all the segments. My problem is fundamentally just how this doesn't feel that Christmassy. Then again, 2020 as a whole didn't feel Christmassy to me at all, but this especially feels like it. I would say some small changes could be made here and there to be somewhat Christmassy. You could have had the whole sequence instead of the military telling the mom to fight aliens, she was going to assist Santa, and instead of a chicken thawing, maybe it would be a turkey thawing because turkey is more associated with both Thanksgiving and Christmas. One segment I absolutely hated was just the juicing segment, mainly because I don't like gross out humor that much, if at all. And of course, the fake interactivity made me roll my eyes, which really killed the momentum of this entire special. But hey, Bumbling Santa was quite fun. Those are just my thoughts. Please consider liking, subscribing, tipping the channel on Ko-fi. This is Cyril signing off.